So, well, I was making another video about the Harkles' visit to Colombia, and all of a sudden this popped up on my timeline thanks to Harry's Gray Suit, who shared it. And it's a clip about the Duchess of Sausages speaking Spanish. And you know how they say, I love that Metallica song that says, careful what you wish, careful what you say, because you may regret it or you might as well get it. And yes, I wish for Meghan to speak in Spanish because I wanted to, just check her Spanish, which is so fluent, right? But at the same time, in this case, what I'm going to do is to make an absolutely first reaction to this. I said it would be fun if I just turn on the camera. I haven't listened to this. This is the clip that people are sharing of Meghan speaking Spanish. I have not heard it, and I will react to it like in this video with the camera on. I have something in my eye. I don't know what it is, but this is absolutely unscripted, and it's a historic moment because Meghan is going to speak my language, and you get to see my first reaction to this, like my raw, completely unedited reaction to this. So let's play. I think we have the sound. I think we have everything. Let me make a test play here to make sure. Yeah, there's sound. So let's do this.
Hola. Ahí muy buenas tardes. Me gustaría empezar en español. Porque estamos en su país, mi marido y yo, y puedo sentir este abrazo de Colombia, y es increíble. Entonces, gracias, muchas gracias, porque la cultura, la historia, todo estaba como un sueño, este viaje. Y perdona si mi español no está perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20 años en Argentina. Pero estoy tratando, porque acá puedo sentir esta comunidad. Y este es el sentimiento que es lo mejor del mundo ahora. Entonces, gracias, vicepresidenta, mi amiga. Muchas gracias.
Okay, one thing. I'm going to say my first reaction.
Y bueno, ahora en inglés.
Ahora en inglés. All right, very good. My first reaction. Okay, what is that accent? Okay, because you know that there's something about. Let me pause here. You know that there's something about Spanish. We have tons of accents. If you are from Mexico or Venezuela or Spain, every country has at least 5 or 6 very distinct areas of accents. And she claims that she learned in Argentina. She said, I'm going to replay that afterwards. But I don't hear any of the Argentinian inflection and modulation in her accent. Like at all. It's like if you learn English in London or you learn English in California, it's going to sound different. Or if you learn English in Vancouver or learn English in Sydney, it's going to be different. And you're going to notice, okay, you learn in this place. Her Spanish doesn't sound Argentinian at all, and I know Argentinian accent. Like there's no inflection. There's a maybe at some point I can speak a bit of Argentinian, and you can get the feeling of it. Most of you are watching me from English-speaking countries, and maybe you will not see hear the difference. But this is not Argentinian at all. At all. It is not. Argentina has a nice ring to it. It's a very musical accent. So this is very dry in terms of Spanish. This sounds memorized, and it has the same intonation all the time. There's another way that we can find out where did Meghan really get this from, or where did Meghan learn this Spanish, which is okay-ish. There's one syllable, there's one letter that she said. I'm going to try to go back to that. Again, this is the first time I'm listening to this. And I think it was through the middle. I'm going to play this part again.
Es increíble. Entonces, gracias, muchas gracias, porque la cultura, la historia, todo estaba como un sueño, este viaje. Y perdona si mi español no está perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20 años.
Okay. She says, perdona si mi español no es tan perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20 años. When she says hace, that's one clue.
Perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20.
When she says hace, that word, that little sound of the C in Hace, hace. There are two ways of saying that word. You either say hace or you say hace. And in Spain, you're gonna say hace. You're gonna do that with your tongue and your teeth. And that's exactly what she's doing with that, with that little word in there. She's saying hace. There's this sound which is not from Argentina. There's not from Latin America. That is from Spain. And any of my Spanish-speaking rogues can confirm this. Let's hear it again.
Perdona si mi español no está perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20 años en Argentina.
Maybe she's not really clear what Argentina is, but again.
Perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20 años.
Yeah, I hear that hace. That sound is only from Spain. Some parts of Spain, most of Spain does it, but I don't recall any other Latin American country. In the rest of Latin America, we say hace without that inflection. And there's another thing that she does. Is like these words.
Es increíble.
That es increíble. That has a slight. Correct me if I'm wrong. My Spanish-speaking rogues sounds like Puerto Rican. Sounds more like Puerto Rican.
Es increíble.
Yeah, it's to me sounds Puerto Rican. Maybe you could say another country of the Caribbean. Maybe could say maybe not, I don't think that Dominican, but no, none of this is Argentinian accent. And some of you are saying, well, she could have practiced this. I think that if she practiced this, she could have done a better job. Maybe she practiced something that doesn't sound that well, or I think that is too much work, right? And we know that the Duchess doesn't like to work that much. But I'm going to give this a second. I'm going to give this a second pass, just to be fair, and try to listen again if I miss something.
Hola. Ahí muy buenas tardes. Me gustaría empezar en español. Porque estamos en su país, mi marido y yo, y puedo sentir este abrazo de Colombia. Y es increíble.
She also says, well, marido is, that would be interesting. That when you say my husband, you can say marido or esposo. It depends on the country, but that is a bit more difficult to pinpoint.
Entonces, gracias, muchas gracias, porque la cultura, la historia, todo estaba como un sueño, este viaje. Y perdona si mi español no está perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20 años en Argentina. Pero estoy tratando, porque acá puedo sentir esta comunidad. Y este es el sentimiento que es lo mejor del mundo ahora. Entonces, gracias, vicepresidenta, mi amiga. Muchas gracias.
Okay, well, yes, it sounds like she's really trying to, well, obviously was previously rehearsed, but my question is, she's got some mistakes in terms of, you know that Spanish is a mess with gender, not that kind of mess that you're thinking, but the gender of the nouns. So you have articles and nouns, and you have to fix to fit the article to the noun in the correct gender to speak properly. And she's making a couple mistakes in there. I'm going to now try to do some kind of a live translation of this, because I'm just realizing, because of the reaction, that if you speak English and like, I don't know, like 90% of you, Rogue, is speaking English, and maybe you don't understand Spanish, you haven't understood what the Duchess has said. I'm going to translate her right now, part by part.
Ahí muy buenas tardes.
Well, good afternoon.
Me gustaría empezar en español.
I would like to start in Spanish. Again, I'm trying to pinpoint the kind of accent that she's doing. It's so inflectionless. That is, it's a bit suspicious. It's like she learned with a Duolingo or something like that.
Porque estamos en su país.
Because we are in your country. She's using that su país is the formal way of addressing. And it's a generic way to say your country as in one single person, or your country as many people. Things of Spanish. Doing well so far.
Mi marido y yo.
My husband and I.
Y puedo sentir este abrazo de Colombia.
And I can feel this hug of Colombia, and that's the first little mistake that she does with the article.
Este abrazo y puedo sentir este abrazo de Colombia.
No, I'm mistaken. That she said that right.
Es increíble. Entonces,
it's amazing.
Gracias, muchas gracias, porque la cultura, la historia.
Many thanks, because the culture, the history, she makes a little mistake in there. She uses the wrong article. We'll give it a pass. Learning Spanish is really difficult. That is for anybody. If you're learning Spanish, my hat is off to you, because Spanish is hard as nails.
Todo estaba como un sueño.
Everything was like a dream. She's struggling with the verb a bit. Todo estaba como un sueño. It's like saying everything was, but she's using the wrong how to say this, the wrong way of using the verb. Todo era como un sueño, todo es como un sueño is the proper way of saying what she wants to say.
Este viaje.
In this trip.
Y perdona si mi español no está perfecto, porque.
Y perdona si mi español no es tan perfecto, and forgive me if my Spanish is not that perfect. And perdona is to, when you address one single person, you should say perdonen, like you're addressing many people. Again, the nuances of speech. It's like, well, when I'm speaking German, I speak German just like this. It's something that, again, Spanish is hard.
Yo aprendí hace 20 años en Argentina.
I learned 20 years ago in Argentina, but sounds like Duolingo.
Pero estoy tratando, porque acá puedo sentir este.
But I'm trying because here I can feel this
comunidad.
community. Este comunidad, again, missing the gender, the correct gender. That is a mess. We'll give her a pass either way. I have to be like kind to Meghan. She's really trying. She's really trying to speak Spanish. You go, Meghan, but it's not like you brag about something and then you do this. It's kind of building all that hype for this. It's kind of a disappointment.
Y este es el sentimiento
And this is the feeling,
que es lo mejor del mundo ahora. Entonces,
which is the best of the world right now.
gracias,
Thank you.
Vicepresidenta.
She mixes English with Spanish. I think that I do as well. Gracias, Vicepresidenta. Vice is in English. It should be Vicepresidenta. Again, mistake that I do also.
Mi amiga.
My friend.
Muchas gracias.
Oh, this is interesting. That last thank you, or many thanks.
Muchas gracias.
It's interesting because I told you that she had this sort of that word a minute ago, but if that was the case, she should do it again on that gracias. She should say gracias, right? It's not like you're gonna some C's and you're not gonna some other C's. That doesn't work like that. You're gonna all of them.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
I don't know. I'm absolutely feeling a Puerto Rican, a very subtle Puerto Rican accent in there.
Y bueno, ahora en inglés.
Okay, my guess is that she tried to really improvise it. I don't understand how. You know that we have analyzed Meghan a couple times, and it's like we know the controlling side of Meghan. We also know the overconfident side of Meghan. I think we are looking at the overconfident side of Meghan. Said, "I can just wing it," and she is winging it with well, she made herself understood, but again, for all that she said that she learned Spanish, being Spanish as hard as I'm telling you, this is a bit odd. You have a mix of accents. The more that I hear is Puerto Rican, a bit of Spanish from Spain as well. So it's a bit of a mess. But again, this is my first reaction to this. I don't know what could I be saying tomorrow. Maybe we got more clips. Maybe, perhaps. My Royal Rogues, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And remember, much love and bliss. I would love to know what you think about this in the comments.